Hey everybody, it's Dr. Ben coming at you with another unmotorized moment of inspiration on this beautiful Tuesday. We've had some hot weather, enjoying some air conditioning and all that, but I wanted to come with you this morning to deliver a message to somebody out there who may be struggling, who may be stuck, who may be feel lost, who may feel defeated. Any of those scenarios, if that's you, this message is specifically for you. And if you feel the need to pass this along, feel free. Many of you know I'm a chiropractor. So with becoming a chiropractor comes a lot of exchange. A lot of resources have to be exchanged. A lot of time has to be exchanged. A lot of sweat, tears, all this other stuff that comes along with the play also has to be shared. And throughout that process, you know, it's 4 years undergrad. So you have that's one thing. And then you have 3.5 years straight through of chiropractic college. And again, that comes about with resources, that comes about with time that you have to exchange in order for that to happen. And at the end of that, you have you have to take called boards. And this is no different than dentistry or law school or any of that. You have boards at the end to show that you are legit, that you understood and you understand everything that you learned at chiropractic college or law school or wherever it is that you went. So for chiropractic college specifically, it's 4 parts. The first part is on general sciences, second part is on a little more general sciences, part 3 is something else, and part 4 is practical. So you actually go into a room, and on the outside of the room has a form, and you walk in with a simulated patient who's sitting there, and kind of like, you know, it may say on the sheet outside of the door, say, person comes in complaining of right shoulder pain. So you have to go into the room, do exactly what you would do if the person had right shoulder pain, and do the test, the orthopedic test and all this. So when I was doing mine, what happened was I went into the room, and for those of you who know me, I'm a dripping sweat guy. I was sweating. I was nervous. I was anxious. I knew I was going to pass, but at the same time, it's like, it's all new. It's different. It's freaks you out. So I walked into the room, and I looked at, so you have the patient who's pretending, the actress. You have a doctor, a proctologist, or a proctor over here. Proctologist, not a proctologist, a proctor who's sitting over here. And you have somebody over here who's just taking notes, right? So you have walking into this room of 3 people, and it gets very nerve-wracking. Okay, so I walked in, read my sheet, walked in, started sweating, already sweating, and started examining the shoulder, as it said. Person walks in with shoulder pain. So I'm looking at the shoulder, doing all these orthopedic tests, testing range of motion, testing myomes, biome, all this stuff. And I finished, and I said, all right, I'm done. And they said, what would you do at this point? I'm like, well, I would probably adjust the shoulder, look at the neck, all this other stuff. And they said, okay. And everybody's looking at me, like just staring, like getting ready to take notes, and they're looking at me. And I'm like, that's all I would do. And they said, would you also do that on the other shoulder? And I'm like, well, why? They said, look at your sheet a little more. So I looked at the sheet that was outside the door, and I had been doing all my orthopedic tests on the wrong shoulder. So it goes to show that you have to read between the lines. But it also came to show me that the test is what allows credibility. Right? The test that you may be going through, the struggle, the situation, the circumstances that you may be going through, COVID-19, anything external, everything that you're going through right now, the test is what gives you credibility. The test is what gives you credibility. Are you stepping into the test, or are you stepping back with fear? You're going to have to move forward. You're going to have to go ahead. You're going to have to just keep taking one step in front of the other. And know that on the other side of that is going to give you credibility, one, in order to share your circumstances, your situation that you specifically went through, and you survived. And not only survived, you thrived. You're going to have to share that with somebody else so that they can have hope. So know that if you're going through something, if you're struggling, if you're stuck, if anything in your life is going on that you don't necessarily enjoy right now, know that it's a test. It's a test. It's testing you to see if you want it, and in the end, it's going to give you the credibility that's going to be required to allow you to share your story. That's all I got for today. Hope everybody has an amazing day. It is beautiful. Get out and enjoy it, but also stay close to the air conditioner. And it's the next time you know what to do. Stay inspired.